All right, I'm going to throw together a quick little video here to graph the parabolas in this graphing form instead of standard form. I just made the other video yesterday, so if you need help on doing a problem in this form, ax squared plus bx plus c, standard form, like if I rewrote this in standard form, it would be x squared plus 2x plus 1 minus 16. So x squared plus 2x minus 15. If this was your original problem and you had to factor this and do all that stuff, that's on the other video, okay? This one's just going to talk about graphing form, so this form, which is actually a little quicker and easier. And so here we go. This the vertex is found by taking the opposite of the x value inside the parentheses here. So it's -1, and then this last piece out here is the y value for the vertex. So -1, -16. So I'll go by negative by 2 is here. 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So there's my vertex, -1, -16. And we still have to do the other work for the intercepts. So for the intercepts, my y-intercept is when x is 0. Okay, so I'll plug in 0 for x. 0 plus 1 is 1. 1 squared is 1. Minus 16 is -15. So my y-intercept is 0, comma, I'll just put a 0 in front of that. 0, comma, -15. So we can match that over here just for symmetry, because we know our dotted line goes right here. Perfectly straight line. And our x-intercepts are found when y is 0. So x-intercept, we're going to let y be 0. And I apologize for my writing. I'm going to rush through this quick because I only have 5 minutes to do this. So 0 equals x plus 1 squared minus 16. Solve this algebraically. So bring the 16 to the other side. Now we just did this in class today, so we're doing number 80 and number 81 from the book. I didn't want to worry about making up new problems. I just want to make sure you have a reference here. So x plus 1 squared. And at this point, I would take the square root of each side, or you could use the cover-up method and say what squared gives me 16. That what would be a 4 or a -4, because -4 squared is also 16. So you could simply write x plus 1 equals 4, or x plus 1 equals -4, kind of like the method we use with the absolute values. Or algebraically take the square root of each side. That gets rid of that. When you take the square root on this side, you have to go plus minus. It's the opposite side of the x. So this is plus or minus 4 equals x plus 1. And then at this point, we have the same step right there. So here we have x equals 3 when I subtract 1, or x equals -5 when I subtract 1 here. All right, so we have 3. I'm going to use blue here. 1, 2, 3, and -5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's my parabola. And there we go. Let's go ahead and do number 81. Same idea. -2, -3. 3. All right. And then let's do our intercepts and vertex. I also want to do the y-intercept. This one only asks for the x-intercept, so I'm going to do the y-intercept as well. So let's do our y-intercept first. Doesn't really matter which one you do first. So I'm going to let x be 0. So I have y equals 0 plus 2 is 2 squared minus 3. So that's going to be 1. So 0, 1 is going to be my y-intercept. Now my x-intercepts are when y is 0. So I have 0 equals this x plus 2 squared minus 3, just like before. Solve it algebraically, so I put my 3 to the other side. And then here I need to take this algebraic, because you can't really do this one in your head. Like this, what squared will give me 3? It's a decimal. So this one's not quite as fun as the other one. So and I know this one was so much fun. X plus 2 equals the square, plus or minus the square root of 3. I would bring the 2 over, so subtract 2. So my x is, I guess I should rewrite this twice like I did before I do this step. All right, x plus 2 equals the square root of 3, or x plus 2 equals the opposite of the square root of 3. Then I'll bring my 2 over. I'm just trying to do shortcuts here. So I have x is the square root of 3 and then minus 2, or x is the opposite of the square root of 3 minus 2. And I'm doing this from memory, so don't quote me if I'm wrong. I believe this is negative 0.2 something, 26-ish for the first one. And then this is right around negative, I don't know, 3.75-ish. What was that? 7.3 maybe? I don't know if I remember that right. Somewhere around those values. So at negative fourth, basically, and negative 1, 2, 3, and 3/4. Oops. And it should make sense distance-wise from the line of symmetry here. 1 3/4 away, 1 3/4 away. And this is just estimating. And there we go. It does say check or sketch using the graphing calculator, and I do want you, on the study guide, I have you make sure you know how to do that. So if you want to, which one is this, 81? I'll plug it in here. Can you see most of that on there? I guess you can. Maybe you can scoot this over a little bit. All right, let's try that. Y equals, now you could put it in standard form and graph it that way. I'm just going to leave it in the form that it is in the book. It was y equals x plus 2 and then squared. And you can slow it down if you need to see the key sequence, minus 3. I'm just going to graph that. I already have my standard window up. All right, now I want to confirm back here, my vertex right here was at -2, -3. Okay, let's confirm that that's true on our calculator. The way you do that, and you need to know this for the test as well, you need to calculate the lowest point, the minimum. So let's go to calculate right here, which is second trace. Calculate the minimum. Okay, so hit 3. Now it's going to ask you between which, it says left bound. My cursor is way over there on the right, so I need to get it to the left of the minimum point. So I'm to the left of the minimum. And then it says right bound, so now I need to be the right of the minimum somewhere. And then just hit enter and guess. Hopefully it'll give us, now this is rounded here, so this is -2, -3, which is what we had. All right. And then we could also do our intercepts. Okay, so let's go back. If I want to calculate the intercepts, okay, so those are, if you remember, are called the zeros. So go to second, calculate the zeros, which is 2 here. And then I'll just do the left one first here. So it's between this point, I'll just pick a point below it here. So left and right of this. So I'll say enter, right bound, enter, and then guess, enter again. So this 0 is -3.73 comma 0. I think that's what I had. Yeah, -3.73. And then the height was 0. And then this other one was like, I guessed at -0.26. Let's check that quickly too. It goes pretty quick. Oops. Oh, I could do that actually this way. Just scroll over and estimate it. That's not going to be close enough. All right, I'm going to do the calculate. Calculate the 0. Left. Oh, crap. I guess that. No, let's undo it. Let's get out of there. Let's go calculate. I hit enter too fast. Left bound, I should be over a little bit further. There we go. Now I can hit enter. Right bound, go to the right of that intersection, so just so the y values are positive. So enter, and then hit enter again for the guess, and it's -0.27. What do I have? -0.26, same thing. Okay, so there we are. Now we can confirm with our calculator, and you have a good idea how to graph in this form. Make sure you can graph in the other form as well, because you have to do factoring. All right, thanks. Got to run.